I think I think there's a lot that can make a contractor good. There's a lot of facets to it. Um, for me, I'm going to focus on the communication part of things. Uh, I could even make the point that in the last 4 years on my own, I haven't had a website. I haven't done any advertising at all. So I think that's where the communication really stands out a lot.
Couldn't
Um,
agree more.
you're going to communicate. People are going to enjoy your communication. Obviously, the work as well. To me, that's a pay to play. If you're not doing good work, you shouldn't be in the game anyways.
Fair
So
enough.
now, what else is there? What are these things that keep you in business? The good work can get you so far. It can, but the communication, I think, would trump that again. You got to, it's pay to play to do the good work. So, communication, building a network, um, being reliable. Again, that goes back to communication, being honest with your communication, doing what you say you're going to do. That's very cliche, but it's very true. That's what
It's
a
not as
customer
common as you would think in in the
not
trade sometimes.
that's true. It's not as common. Very cliche to be said, but to be done
It's a
doesn't
whole
happen
different
as
story.
often. Yes.
I've
So
heard a lot of guys. No, continue the thought before I interrupt.
no,
Go
I
ahead.
go for it. You go for it.
Well, I think I've seen in a number of places where because of the volatility of remodels, more so than new construction, right? Because when you do a bathroom remodel or a kitchen remodel, the scope is attempted to lay it out, right? You try to lay out the scope, but you never know what you're going to be getting into until you get into it. So
Correct.
when you lay out a scope and you put a price on it and somebody agrees and puts their name on paper, you end up with chaos more often than not because
Correct.
there's just too many things that you can't account for and you can't know it all, right? Uh, and I think what a lot of guys do to handle that is they leave either vague wording in their scope or they leave vague wording to close the deal or
Correct.
they leave vague wording in the process. They're like, oh, yeah, we tore this open today and we'll get to it, in a few days or as soon as possible. That's what I love. Tell them
Yep.
we're going to go as soon as possible, knowing
Yep.
that it's going to take longer than a customer may expect because a lot of people think that these things are straightforward. Most people, most homeowners, if they've never been down this road and they spend this kind of money, you spend 15 grand on a bathroom, you expect at 15 grand, like there's not, I would say most people aren't just dropping. There aren't many things that they're buying that are bigger than their construction projects. And when they spend that kind of money, they expect streamlined service and streamlined operations. And that's just not how it works. And I think
Correct.
when you get into the communication piece, I've talked to other people on here that'll talk about that too. I've had multiple guys say that the biggest part of service in the construction industry is the communication, keeping them in the loop and just being honest. Like you said, we found this. And telling people when you don't have exact timelines. And I've seen
Correct.
if that may frustrate them in the moment, but when it comes towards the end of the project, as long as you can loop back around and make sure that you do the good work, and at the end they're happy with their project, then they remember that. They're like, man, that was nice that he just didn't me. You know what I mean? And they told me
Absolutely.
the truth at the time and then gave me a realist It wasn't their expectation initially, but through that good communication, you can you know, realign them with what their expectation should be.